I'd like to bring people's attention to something. This post by a Karma Check employee, and again, Karma Check does background checks on many people, but especially healthcare workers. They haven't been doing this very long, and they really should be, the Department of Justice should be looking into them, but, you know, it is what it is. So this is an employee for Karma Check. I am proud to be a part of Karma Check, a company that honors and celebrates pride so loudly. Check out me and some of my Queerma Check comrades sharing what pride means to them. So when your employees make statements like this, some of my Queerma Check employees, then what you're saying is you're looking for people that are queers. And since I'm somebody that has spoken up as a psych nurse and said that the trans stuff should not be being pushed on children, they of course would target me. And then me not being queer, they target me. And then me being a biological woman would be another reason to target me. Because again, this organization has been holding up me starting a job that I needed to start a week ago. Because I don't know, I've done 3 drug screens and nobody ever gets back to me. And again, because it's an AI-driven company, there's nobody you can call and talk to. But this is out of Silicon Valley, the boys club there, okay? And the boys club there in Silicon Valley, many of them don't seem to like biological women at all. You most certainly wouldn't like biological women that speak up against you, that you shouldn't be pushing this on children. But I've seen how they will, at some places on the a mental health unit, because look, predators go after the vulnerable. Who do you think is the most vulnerable? Kids on a psych unit. And I've seen some places that will go out of their way to permanently put trans people on a psych youth unit. And then would have had kids say stuff to me, like this person was saying weird things to me, and yeah, so it's not good. So, but Karma Check serves all that. So if this is of course what globalists would do. Because, see, I'm a good psych nurse, okay? And because I speak up, they, of course, would go after me for that. And they, of course, would try to delay me starting a job because they are sick and twisted. Okay? Their own employees say, my Queerma Check comrades. So, when you're doing those background checks, Karma Check, what you're looking for is, are they queer? Are they a queer nurse? Are they a biological nurse? And well, you know, and if they've been speaking up against trans, well then, trans on youth, well then we're going to just have to delay them being able to start their job. Again, Karma Check has nothing to do with me getting hired. I already was hired. They are just standing in the way, and people holding up this organization or them holding themselves up about, you know, karma, actions have consequences. Yeah, you should remember that, Karma Check. Actions do have consequences. It's like mathematically impossible to lose 3 damn drug screens. Then look, the last 2 drug screens I did were supposed to be rapid ones, which means in 2 hours, if there's any questions about it, they should be calling you, or the employer should be contacting you with your schedule. That's the end of it. But Karma Check, because it's run by obviously, AI, but the people that do actually work for the company post about that they're Queerma Check employees, well then it kind of shows that you all have a bias, doesn't it? And look, I saw when I worked a travel assignment at a level 1 trauma hospital, I worked in the ER as a psych nurse. They had this trans person there that had come in after me, wasn't in psych. And this was a guy claiming to be a woman, okay? Would be like, you know, doing massages on the other nurses at the nurses station and just always looking around, looking to bully somebody. Yeah, just a jag off. Really. Never was really doing any work. But this was a big time, you know, we're about pride and DEI and all of this garbage. And that's what he would do. He claimed to be a woman, and then, you know, he's feeling, you know, he's giving women massages and oh, and they just think he's a woman like them. It's just sick. All of it is. And Karma Check is showing it sick. So if you investors in Silicon Valley or elsewhere have any standards whatsoever, then why would you even give this company any funding? Why isn't Department of Justice going after this place? Clearly, this is discrimination, and I'm sure I'm not the first one it's been done to. They just are being blatant about it now. So see, I said a couple days ago, it takes a lot for me to be a bitch. It does. It takes a whole lot. People may think, oh no, I've seen you get angry. No, you've seen me get passionate. You've never really just seen me be an outright straight up bitch though. Okay, so even though I don't have anything against the LGB community, I could care less what adults want to do. I do take issue, and balanced people in the LGB community agree with me that this stuff shouldn't be being pushed on kids. And because I'm a psych nurse and I speak up, then of course Karma Check and their Queerma Check employees would find reason to target me. If that's what healthcare providers and hospitals want to align with, then you can expect that the people they're going to look to staff your companies with, they'll give a great background check to somebody, because they can do whatever they want, to somebody that likely is a predator. Because I'm a good damn psych nurse. They are holding this up all because of DEI and because I've spoken up against that the trans stuff should not be being pushed on children. That's why they did it. This is their own employee for Karma Check. Check out me and some of my Queerma Check comrades. Right. So you're checking to see if somebody's a queer, and if they're a biological woman. Because again, Silicon Valley, that seems to be what they really resent, especially in the gay tech world, is they resent biological women. So Karma Check should not be allowed to be doing background checks on anybody, most especially healthcare workers. And why any funding agency would want to fund them is beyond me. It means you have nefarious agendas too. Nobody loses 3 drug screens. They're doing it because I protect children. They're doing it because I'm a biological woman, and they're doing it because it's all about DEI. And this trans group that isn't really legit trans people, they're just predators. And I'm not talking because there's truly the people that are adults that are trans. I don't see them as predators. I've taken care of them, okay? But there's this group that infiltrated LGB, and they pretend like they're trans and maybe even go as far as to get implants, okay, and play this game, all because when it comes to the Marxist communist agenda, that they don't care. They'll do whatever they have to. So somebody needs to do something about Karma Check, because even their own employees prove that part of what their personal background check is on every healthcare worker, especially if you're in psych and you're a psych nurse, is we need to make sure to put queer nurses and non-biological females in psych. So, as far as I'm concerned, Karma Check shows that they are totally incompetent and border on predatory behavior.